Stephen Horahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com, and in this video you're going to learn how to get creative to make money from your design skills when your client work slows down. Now, there is an old adage in the design world that client work is either feast or famine. So you're either snowed with work and deadlines and projects that you have to deliver on, or there's crickets, there's no work available. And this is true not just in freelance design, it's true across the board. Successful agencies go through this as well. I've been at agencies where we've had times where we're working late nights and we have projects and deadlines to deliver, and then we go through times where there's nothing happening. So this is across the board. But the problem with that is that, what to do during those quiet times. Now, the obvious thing for business owners and freelance designers is to work on your business, to work on improving every aspect within your business, your processes, making sure that your business strategy, your branding, your marketing, your sales is all coherent. But that doesn't address the pink elephant in the room, which is revenue. If you're going through these times of famine, then chances are you don't have revenue coming in, and that can create a lot of problems for you personally and within your business. So that's what I want to address in this video, what you can do creatively to leverage your design skills to bring in revenue during those times of famine. Number one, sell your designs through products. Now, this is becoming more and more popular because it's just so easy today, and there are plenty of services out there. Threadless.com is one of those. I think that site is a really good site to really have a place to start from. They've got a lot of products on there. You've got everything from t-shirts to home decor to accessories, and you can just create your designs, pop it on a product and sell it within their marketplace. Now, the beauty of this model is that you've got no overheads. You just take the time to create your design, you put it on a product, and if it sells, then you get your revenue. They've got a really cool product guide. They've got a really cool profit guide that will help you to determine where you can make the most profits and which products would suit you to go out and put your designs onto this merchandise, and what you can expect, what kind of profit you can expect from each sale. Number two, sell online courses. Now, online education is a space that is growing exponentially at the moment. There's a couple of reasons for that. We turn to online when we want to learn something new because it's so convenient. We can watch it from our phones, we can watch it from our laptops, wherever we are in the house, whether we're in transit, we can learn something new as we're on the run. And the second reason is that every industry is moving so quickly today. And if we want to stay ahead of the curve, if we want to learn new techniques, well then, we need to take what education is available to us. So take that into consideration if you're thinking about putting a course together. And another thing to take into consideration as well is the competition. Now, you might look out into the marketplace and see that there's a lot of online courses out there already. But think about your own experience. Who is your favorite teacher in school? Chances are they weren't your favorite teacher because their knowledge was so great or their experience was so great. Chances are they were your favorite teacher because they resonated with you, with who you are, with the way they spoke, with the tone of their voice, with their sense of humor maybe, with their delivery. So it's really important, the delivery of the information as much as the information itself. So if you're able to put your own spin on it, if you're able to bring your personality across, and that personality resonates with who your audience is, then you're going to have a distinct advantage over your competitors. Number three, sell your designs to stock shops. Now, when you think of stock shops, you probably think of those dodgy photos with everybody with their thumbs up going yay, but stock shops are a lot more than that. And when I'm designing, depending on the project, I might turn to stock shops to grab some illustrations or some patterns or, something that I need really quickly and the budget doesn't allow for me to take the time to work on it. I'll turn to stock shops for that. And examples of this would be Envato, the Creative Market Online, Design Cuts, even Shutterstock. They all have great resources for designers to go on and grab those designs. So that's a really good place to consider selling your designs, and you just need to come up with your own patterns, your own illustrations, your own styles, and put them on there, and you will have a market for that. Number four, sell books. Now, traditionally books were very difficult to create. You would need to engage a publisher, you would need to write a certain amount of words, but the industry has really changed. It's become a lot easier to publish your books, and self-publishing has made it a lot easier as well. Now, you might be good at copywriting, but you might not. Your books could be about visuals, and depending on who your audience is, your audience might be designers, it might be business owners. You could put together a really visual book that you can sell digitally. And again, the benefit here is that you don't have to have these books printed and have inventory. You can have them printed when the demand is there, when there's an order online. And Ingram Spark is an example of this. ingramspark.com. They'll allow you to put your book up there and will only be printed when somebody purchases. So it's a really good option. Number 5, design and sell typography. Now, designing typography is not something that you just do without any kind of training. And if this is an area that you have an interest in, if you like typography, but you've never taken the time to design your own font, well then maybe now is a good time to look at upskilling. Because if you're able to design your own fonts and you're able to apply your creative thinking to those designs, well then that is a potentially really, really good revenue stream. There is very high demand for a font that a designer would use on an ongoing basis. And if you're able to create such fonts, well then, you can bring in passive income ongoing. Once you create that font and you put it on the marketplace, you don't have to do anything after that. So if you do have that skill, if you do have the skills to be able to design a font yourself, then that is a great option for you. If you don't, then you can think about upskilling. Number 6, sell templates to businesses. Now, businesses that don't have a creative in-house tend to struggle with presentations because they don't have that ability to make a presentation look good. But if you're able to produce a presentation template that they can use ongoing for their presentations, well then they're going to value that and they're going to be prepared to pay for something like that. I have a friend who's a designer and he's made a great living off PowerPoint presentations, designing specific PowerPoint presentations for his clients because it's such a big market. There are businesses out there and they only use PowerPoint. They won't use anything else. And if you're able to produce templates that they can use ongoing without having to have a designer involved all the time, well then they're going to place a high amount of value on that. So if you can have a look at potential templates that you can create for businesses, then you can go and sell them to those businesses. Number 7, influencer fan apparel. Now, this is a bit of a marketing hack as well. If you're able to identify something that you're passionate about, if you know who the influencers are within that space, well then you can approach those influencers. Maybe you do it through Instagram, through a DM, and tell them that you are a big fan of their work and that you would like to create apparel for their audience. And essentially what you're doing is you're taking any work away from your influencer here. You're taking any responsibility of, putting together that business, but you're offering the opportunity for them to get a cut of your sales. Now, what you're doing here is, yes, you're taking on all the work, but you're leveraging their audience and you're making a name, you're building a name for your brand on the back of their audience and on the back of their success. Now, the beauty about this approach is that there are many, many different influencers in the area of your passion. And if you go out and identify each one of those, well, then you can take the time to mock up something that they would potentially like and then go to them with that mock-up and with that offer as well. But if they do accept your offer and they give you the go-ahead to start creating fan apparel around their product and around their brand, well, then you're going to be able to leverage their audience. They're going to be able to collaborate with you and send out messages about your brand, and that will really put you on the map. Number 8, create a passion brand. Now, you might be passionate about design, but for sure you have passions outside of design. So you might love guitar, you might love skateboarding, you might love gaming or knitting or dogs. Whatever it is that you have a passion for outside of design is something that you can build your own brand around. And the reason for this is if you're passionate about it, you have a certain terminology, you have a certain understanding of other people who are passionate about it. You say things in a certain way, you get the way other people say these things as well, and you can think about that specific industry and those specific people and create a passion brand around who that audience is. So you can create products, you can create mouse mats, t-shirts, mugs, apparel, all different types of products to accommodate who these people are, to speak to who these people are and tap into that passion. And there's a few benefits to this. If you're able to really tap into that terminology and that language, maybe it's a certain sense of humor, it's a certain age group, well then you're going to be able to create a certain tribe around your product and around your passion brand. So really think about what you're passionate about outside of the design world, what you're really, really knowledgeable on, and that intimate knowledge will really help you to build a passion brand, and you can build your audience around that in the way that you speak to them, because you have such an intimate knowledge of your passion that what you say will really resonate with who they are, and that can help you to build that passion brand. Number 9, affiliate marketing. Now, this is not a quick fix. This is something that will need to be built up over time. But again, if you're going through those times of famine, then you're going to have time on your hands. It's just a longer game. But what you're going to need to do here is you're going to need to create an audience. And in order to do that, you're going to need to create content for that audience. And essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to give them enough valuable content so that they start to trust you. And once they trust you, you can put affiliate products in front of them. And essentially affiliate products are other people's products. You put a link to them. When somebody follows that link and buys that product, you get a kickback from that merchant. So that is a really good way to earn passive income. And an example of one of these would be Amazon. If you have a link to something that isn't of high cost, like let's say a book or something like that, and they follow that link and they go onto Amazon and they buy that book, but while on Amazon they also might buy something else. They might buy a mouse, or they might buy a microphone, they might buy a MacBook. Well, you get a percentage of the sale within a 24-hour period no matter what they buy. So affiliate marketing is not something that you can just throw up there overnight and you're going to start earning revenue. You really have to build your audience. But again, if you're going through these periods of famine, then you have time in your hands. You can think about the long game here and you can build that up over time. Number 10, create an apparel brand. Now, this is similar to creating a passion brand, but here we're focusing on specifically apparel and a certain style. So again, coming back to that passion audience, maybe you're interested in football or basketball or skateboarding, whatever your passion is, those certain people will have a certain style and a certain way of dressing. And if you can create apparel that they will wear and include your intimate understanding of the niche that you're talking about, whether it is basketball or skateboarding, and the terminology that somebody who is passionate about that would use, and put that on apparel, then you can really start to build a brand, an apparel brand around that specific interest. Now, anyone who's been around the design industry for long knows that the feast and famine cycles that businesses go through is very, very real. And the question then becomes, well, what do I do with the famine time? What can I do within that time to generate more revenue for my business? So you need to really get creative with thinking of ways that you can do this. Design is in demand, and if you're able to create designs and put them into the marketplace in different mediums and through different products, and by being creative and reaching out to the right people, well, then you can definitely create revenue streams during those famine times to get you through those famine times, so you can get you through to keep you going when clients are quiet. So really think about what you can do, think about the skills that you have, the passions that you have, and what you can put out into the marketplace to generate those revenue streams. But if you like this example, if you like techniques like this, well, then head on over to BrandMasterAcademy.com and sign up for the newsletter. It is free, and I do keep exclusive tips for my list, so get on that list as soon as you can. But I want to hand it back over to you now. What is it that you do during the famine time, when times are quiet, when clients aren't there knocking on your door telling you that they need work? What do you do during your quiet time? If you're upskilling, great. If you're working on your business, great. But if that revenue is a problem and you need to make more, well, then there are many different ways to do this. Well, I would love to hear your comments in the box below. Let me know if you're doing something out there in the marketplace that's bringing you in a revenue stream when times are quiet. If you've got any questions about any of the tips that I've just given, please let me know in the box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. And until next time, brand like a master, and I will see you in the next video.